Welcome back. Now, as we all know, this was a big week for innovation, and Anthony decided to look a little more closely at an important factor that might be getting overlooked.
Move over mining boom. Australia has a new boom, and they're calling it an ideas boom. Earlier this week, Prime Minister Malcolm Turnball announced $1.1 billion would be spent on research, development and innovation. And of those three things, the one he seems most excited about is innovation.
Innovation.
Though it is unclear whether this new funding is truly innovative or just simply bringing back some of the things Tony Abbott took away. So who are the winners? Women and girls, scientific institutions, universities, maths, science, digital literacy, and of course, startup businesses. In fact, because these new measures aim to tie the scientific community more closely with the business community, the funding will focus solely on science with commercial applications. Now that's fantastic for commercial business. But is it good for science? And more importantly, is it good for innovation?
Boom! Malcolm is much more tech savvy than any of our other politicians. In fact, here he is explaining to Christopher Pine what a DVD is and how it actually works. So at face value, it looks like we're in good hands. But this is what I'm worried about, guys. If all of our science has to have a point, then we might lose some of the sillier, fringe science, you know, the nonsense science.
Anthony, don't we want our science to have a point? Like, do you want people's money to be spent on science that has no point?
Yes, I do.
You'd be great for politics, Anthony. I reckon you'd be great.
Well, thank you. Well, this is my argument. The thing about innovation and discovery is a lot of these discoveries happen by accident.
Yeah, that's true, actually. Penicillin was discovered when bacterial samples were left open. So it was an accident.
Exactly right. And let's not forget about Viagra, which was discovered by a team of scientists who were actually working towards a cardiovascular treatment.
Oh, I know a building that might use Viagra. Isn't that what the world needs, though? More old men with erections. That's what we need.
I think so. In more recent years, there was a study where the researcher discreetly tagged 70 teaspoons in their workplace cafeteria to track where the missing teaspoons go.
Yeah, it's about time that scientists started focusing on the important things, you know? Like, hey guys, we can either find a cure for cancer or some teaspoons. So, but yeah, we'll go with the teaspoons. Let's do that. Let's prioritise that.
Well, I'll play devil's advocate for a moment. Like, maybe I would rather foot the bill for a couple of teaspoons than, like, a giant Hadron Collider that costs €7.5 billion and threatens to blow up the world every second they turn it on.
Well, here's my problem with basing all science around business outcomes. So a team from Flinders University accidentally made a red rubber from industrial waste and orange peels. That is really cool. And there's no way that they would have done that if they had to have an actual point to what they were doing.
There have been some really cute experiments too, like goldfish just supposedly have a 3-second memory, but one researcher taught these goldfish how to flick a tiny soccer ball through a tiny goalpost using a treat as a reward.
It's good to see science is really making a difference these days, isn't it? Yeah,
Michael, I can see that you're skeptical, and that's all right, because I'm about to blow your mind. Remember that Flinders University team that made red rubber we were talking about 3 seconds ago? This is them now. That rubber completely coincidentally absorbs mercury, so that polymer can actually be used to clean polluted waterways and safely line our water supply lines. Now, Elizabeth, you remember you were talking about your soccer-playing goldfish 3 seconds ago?
No.
Well, that experiment, as well as being completely adorable, has actually led to new pathways in Alzheimer's research.
That's pretty cool. So wait, what breakthrough was there with the missing teaspoon experiment?
That's right, Michael. Innovation, true discoveries sometimes come from doing things that have no commercial value whatsoever.